Gundam Battle Operation 2 is a team-based mobile suit combat game that relies on coordination and positioning. However, the game doesn't fully explain the mechanics very well, including the many other facets it has to offer. So here are the main 5 topics that I'll generally address to assist both veterans and beginners alike to improve in your gameplay. Without further ado, let's jump right in. Alright, so mechanics. I like to think that movement in GBO2 is pretty important. It's a very important aspect that can tie up anybody that's new to the game or anybody that's just coming back into it. When I was new and still learning the game, one of the things that was suggested to me, which I know I owe a lot of people for this little suggestion, but let me go ahead and switch over here really quick. Basically, what they did was to have me switch my high-speed movement, which by default would have been assigned to X, and swap it with my jump and ascend button, which would have been L1, and we flip-flopped them. Space, I play default-wise for that movement because for space, when you're dealing with the XYZ axis, it's very hard to control your pitch while you're in the middle of a firefight. But swapping it around like I have, like you see, for ground combat, makes things a lot easier to kind of master and pick up a lot of the game mechanics in that sense. Range and melee combat are the meat and potatoes of Gundam Battle Operation 2. However, there are some things to consider when it comes to engaging your targets. Damage is still king when it comes to doing well. However, being aware of the flinch, stagger, and hard stagger mechanics that GBO2 utilizes with its weapons helps a lot. Since your mobile suit has a head slot and movement slot, for example, legs for ground combat and a back slot for space, focusing on those parts with sheer damage is a simple way to take players out of a match. The reason for that is losing your head slot takes away your radar and forces you to rely on visual information, and your legs or back is related to movement, hence making it an easy kill for somebody. Mobile suits in Gundam Battle Operation 2 fall under 3 categories: General, Support, or Raid, also known as Assault in the JP client. All 3 have an advantage over another category, and all 3 have a disadvantage to another category, very similar to an MMO. While I mainly play a general type of mobile suit, understanding and expanding your playtime with the other categories will certainly help you understand the distinctiveness of the different mobile suits, and also assist in learning and how to fight them as well. In Gundam Battle Operation 2, players will interact with one of these 3 modes. You have Rated, Quick, and Custom. While clan matches do count as an additional mode, they are schedule dependent and are related to a player's rated performance, which we'll go into shortly. Rated matches are pretty cut and clear, with the objective being is to win matches and beat your rival, regardless of game type. Victories will yield the most amount of points based on whichever letter-based rating you're currently at, while beating an opposing player near your rating as a rival will help top off either the maximum amount of points gained or offset whatever losses you incur. Quick matches, like Rated, play very similar except that you do not gain or lose rating. Therefore, one of the perfect ways to practice and perfect mobile suit setups against actual players. Both Quick and Rated matches have a rotating lineup of maps and modes that are active and rotate out roughly every 2 hours. Custom matches are user-based rooms that can run anywhere from 2 to 12 players in various modes and settings, which are great for community fun and other shenanigans. Practice mode is another mode that is great for warming up, practicing your combos, learning map layouts without the pressure of any of the other modes and other players. Last but not least, we have the event section. Clan matches are often on a schedule which require anywhere from 4 to 6 players from a clan to compete for a highest score. Depending on the average of your group's rating determines who you get matched up with. Often ranking high after such a session yields a mobile suit reward that is limited exclusive to 4 clans that finish at a high rank. As an example, top 3 or top 100. Ranked is very similar to clan matches except for the fact that you go in as a solo player. It is also based on your rating and also determines who you're matched up with in similar rating as you compete for the highest score. Starting with the first and easiest, Gundam Battle Operation 2's basic match is generally straightforward. Two teams fight within a time limit on a map, similar to some mainstream FPS games. The team that reaches the highest score at the end through spawn points and mobile suit kills wins. One thing to note that destroying an enemy base either as a pilot or in a mobile suit will grant a total based on the opposing team's cost composition. A bonus is awarded if the base destruction is done within the last 2 minutes of the match, potentially turning the tide in favor of that team. Ace match follows a very similar layout in comparison to its basic mode counterpart. Capturing points and enemy mobile suit kills contribute to a team's victory, but with a twist. Towards the tail end of a match, an ace is selected on each team. With an ace scoring a kill off an enemy team, they gain triple the value of that suit. Destroying an ace of an opposing team is worth more than a standard kill alone, which juggles the concept of balancing, attacking an enemy's ace and the rest of the team while defending your own. Shuffle Target is a mode that plays and feels similar to Ace Match. The only difference is that only one ace is chosen at random and alternates between the teams till time is up. Due to the nature of the mode, it can be somewhat challenging as well to balance between offensive and defensive maneuvers. The team with the highest score wins. Brawl is a solo free-for-all mode where you're in it for yourself against 11 other players. Outside of official events, that lobby count might be less. However, kills and assists contribute to your overall score, and dying to other players gets a certain amount stolen from you. Traditional tactics go out the door and relies on game knowledge to win the day. The player with the highest score wins. Mix-up might be more on the familiar side of things outside of Gundam Battle Operation 2. This one pits 5v5 or 6v6 teams similar to a basic match. The only difference is that there isn't any cost restrictions and your team has a limited amount of points to lose. The higher in cost a mobile suit is, the faster those points drop. Having an understanding of Gundam Battle Operation 2's mobile suits and cost range is a piece of knowledge that might be easy for anyone that's a fan, but might be a foreign language to others. Mobile suits fall under a cost range, which indicates where they fall under in terms of general combat performance. There are some that might fall into a specific cost category, but might possess a number of attributes or weapons that make it highly modular and adaptable for the cost range that it falls under. AMBAC or AMBOC as an example helps mobile suits in space move a lot more efficiently without having to constantly boost. Maneuver armor as another example allows a pilot to shrug off certain attacks while initiating high speed movement to close the distance with a target. Custom parts as you purchase or unlock through your gameplay can enhance or supplement a mobile suit's performance and also contribute to more victories. Since Gundam Battle Operation 2 is a team-based mobile suit game, there are going to be plenty of moments where you feel like you're hitting a wall. There are going to be plenty of times where you feel like it's either yourself or your team, or even a combination of the two that contributes to either not progressing or just performing in an unsatisfactory way. If your current way is hitting a snag, definitely try either a different mode or a different suit. Sometimes you just need a quick match to blow off some steam without having to worry about performing. At the end of the day, Gundam Battle Operation 2 is a video game. There is no shame to limiting the amount of time you have with a game, especially in rated play. I believe in the philosophy that is quality over quantity. There's no use in doing hundreds of matches if only a handful are going to be decent. Additionally, if you're trying to improve, it's all about mindset as well. Can't worry about the matches that you lose, but rather review what you've been doing in those matches to contribute, which may seem easier said than done. To help out with something like this, record your rounds. If you have a friend or someone to confide in order to get better, that will most certainly help in your interpreting on how and where you can improve on your matches. Last but not least, if you need a break from the game, definitely do so. As I stated earlier, GBO2 is a video game, and if it starts to not become fun due to its competitive nature, then a break is needed. Don't worry, the game will always be here. And if you like this little tip guide deal thing, whatever you want to call it, please let me know in the comments below. I know it's a general tip on different subjects. It's far too much information to try to squeeze into a video right now, but if you want to hear anything specific, let me know in the comments. Hit that like button, and I'll see you guys on the next one.